The program came into being as HIV and AIDS was causing devastation around the world, especially in sub-Saharan Africa, where less than 50,000 people living with HIV had access to antiretroviral therapy at the time.
Soon after the launch of PEPFAR, we met mothers in despair, and we held tiny babies that were sick and dying from AIDS. As time went on, and with each trip George and I made to Africa, we saw a peaceful optimism emerge. Treatments were reaching the people who needed them. Families were celebrating a second chance at life.
The former president said they had a clear goal of saving lives and had come to remind people that the American taxpayers' money was making a huge, measurable difference in that vein, with a message for the U.S. Congress.
I know maybe some in Washington are listening, but this program needs to be funded. And for the skeptics, all I ask is look at the results. And if the results don't impress you, then nothing will impress you. And so we're asking for the program to be refunded and to make sure that there's lines of accountability between the spending of the money and those who spend it. And so anyway, that's why we're here.
Tanzania was among the very first country partners in sub-Saharan Africa, with its former president also in attendance to commemorate PEPFAR at 20, and commended Bush for conceiving the idea of the plan.
The problem with HIV, AIDS, has been a big problem. People are losing life. And prior to PEPFAR, a diagnosis of HIV positive was like a death sentence. Because you're just telling somebody that you are going to die. The question is when. But when PEPFAR came and started becoming operational, it is no longer the case.
With the program elevated as an example of what is possible when countries and political parties work together.
We are here to remind ourselves of what great countries do. Great countries recognize that the human condition elsewhere matters here at home. Great countries recognize that helping others while demanding accountability and building capacity creates sustainable well-being. Great countries recognize that asking for nothing in return actually generates infinite returns. And we are also here to remind ourselves what is possible when we work together. PEPFAR was passed in 2003, and as of today, over $100 billion in cumulative funding for HIV/AIDS treatment, prevention, and research has been provided. It was originally passed in the House with 375 votes and a voice vote in the Senate. It has been sustained by 4 administrations, 2 Republican and 2 Democrat. And it's been the law of the land through Democratic, Republican, and split Congresses, 11 in total.
Kikwete thanked the people of the United States.
This has been a wonderful initiative. But the other important thing, the United States is the first country in the world to invest in the fight against one disease. The U.S. has been the only country, so thank you for your compassion.
In a statement, incumbent President Joe Biden said PEPFAR continued to support over 20 million people around the world and that he looked forward to working with Congress on its reauthorization this year. Sherman Brycebees, SABC News, New York.